QWE's journey through these open qualifiers, and I believe today, if they make it far enough, they will play one game of a best of three and play the rest tomorrow, which makes absolutely no fucking sense. But regardless, we are here to take you through these games. My name is Floki. Joining me for this one's gonna be Vivek. Vivek is a little busy at the moment doing some social posts, so what do you say I take over for a bit, Vivek?
Yep, take over.
Alright, I've taken over. Amazing. Yeah, going back towards the bottom lane, it seems that we're going to be having Krish playing the Nature's Prophet, SE on the Clockwork. Towards the mid, we got Sanctity playing the Templar Assassin into the Void Spirit against Cobson, I believe that's his name. And towards the top lane, we have Ace on his Rubik and 4-3 on the Bounty Hunter. A little bit of a change from yesterday. No Broodmothers, no Batriders, we get to see here. But instead, the Greedy Goblin. Now, we did see a Batrider being picked yesterday if you were watching the Eastern Europe Division 1 game between VP and Hellraisers. They picked up an offlane Bounty Hunter as a response, or sorry, as a last pick against an Alchemist. And that Bounty Hunter worked wonders. I mean, it was a build where the Bounty Hunter went for a Lotus Orb, didn't really buy Axe, and just bought whatever items his team needs. So, Bounty Hunter can function very, very well in that style, actually, because unlike a Broodmother and unlike some of those more zoo-oriented heroes, what this hero brings is relentless ganking potential. And he also rewards you for each successful gank because track gold is all reliable. So, yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a very high tempo lineup coming out from the side of Team QWE. And as soon as this Nature's Prophet is online with, what I should think should be a Gleipnir or at least a Maelstrom and a BKB, you can see them going around the map making plays. But on the other side, Team EV, they're no slouches either. They've got themselves a fairly high tempo lineup too, should their lanes go even. They've picked up a Dragon Knight off lane. They've got a mid-Void Spirit, a Spectre, who I imagine after her Blade Veil will be buying up her Axe. Speaking of which, well, I did not miss the first blood back to its top lane as the Snapfire ends up falling. As violence against old folks continues, but regardless, it seems like the side of QWE are off to a good start in this top lane, which can snowball out of control considering that there is a Bounty Hunter. So you really don't want to be giving this hero too much XP and too many levels early on, because he could be a menace in the game and just take over all by himself. And anytime you want to join in, Vivek, let me know. Until then, I'm going to continue casting, but yeah, for the time being, it seems that SE is going to be chasing away EF King, or E fucking, if that's how you want to pronounce his name, as the Hoodwink will make it back to the safety of the tier 1 tower. So far it seems that the Void Spirit mid has actually been having a decent time against the Templar Assassin. The TA has dropped somewhat low over here. No bottle charges remaining, but no bottle charges remaining for Cobson either. Does have a fair bit of HP to work with as Sanctity. I mean, one would imagine that the TA does slightly better in this matchup, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. The Void Spirit has done a pretty decent job of securing his own CS and at the same time making sure that he doesn't get dumpstered too hard by the TA. There will be a bounty rune available for him, so that's going to allow him to just very easily get that bottle back up, and with the water rune he should be A-okay in the region department. Sanctity though, on the other hand, I mean, he too gets a water rune, but I don't think he's gonna be too comfortable against this Void Spirit, who's gonna come back with a decent amount of mana to this lane with a full bottle as well. Down towards bottom, I cannot believe that SE has gotten away with triple stacking the small camp. That is kind of insane. So, I mean, this lane for Krish is pretty much secured. He's level 4 on the Nature's Prophet, and while he is up against a level 4 Dragon Knight himself, I mean, all of these early levels really help him. And, well, EF King, or E fucking, whatever you'd like to call him, is gonna get taken down as the train blocks came through along with the battery assault, so not much he can do there to survive. Another kill going the way of Team QWE 5 minutes in. Reminiscent of yesterday where they were snowballing their lanes pretty hard, but seemed to have some trouble closing out the game we'll see if that remains to be the case today as well, or if they've learned from their mistakes and perhaps play a bit more oriented towards objectives instead of just absolute domination, which, to be honest, I mean, I don't think that QWE in particular has an issue of skill. It's just that they tend to get a little over enthusiastic around the mid game and sometimes make plays that aren't really necessary, or at least so it seems, and end up giving away big leads over to the enemy team. So yeah, as long as they keep that in check this time around, they play for the objective, they only take the really good fights, and they find themselves a couple of towers. They're going to be A-okay. Towards the top lane though, well, looks like the Snapfire is going to fall again, as the Bounty Hunter, well, he's finished his Vanguard, and this lane is going to get really rough for the Spectre, because now the Spectre just cannot stand and sustain himself in this lane anymore. Down towards bottom, it seems like the Hoodwink falls again. However, the Void Spirit has managed to find himself a haste rune nonetheless, so there is a potential for a rotation, but this Vanguard Bounty Hunter really does not give a shit. Ace, he's gonna throw the Void Spirit back towards his team, and Cookie is gonna miss, but it doesn't really matter, as Ace will be able to find the kill with the help of his nukes as well as the dagger coming in from AD. So some respite for EV in the top lane here, as the Spectre will close in on the level 6 now, just 400 XP shy, or rather 450 XP shy from that haunt. While in the bottom lane, the Dragon Knight not doing all that bad for himself. 34-5 against Krish's 36-10, but you know, it's a nature's prophet. You gotta take what you can get, and you know, having as good CS as Super Tax does is still pretty decent. Meteor Hammer being queued up for him first. I imagine the tower is going to be demolished the moment Krish looks for a rotation elsewhere on the map, but I mean, given the way this lane has gone, I actually think it's this tier 1 tower that's going to end up falling, and Super Tax is not going to have any space left to work with. He's probably going to get taken down here in a bit. And Dragon Knight, while he will get the deny, he does not feel safe on this part of the map anymore. White Spirit tried to look for a bounty rune, but SE, I believe, had already picked it up. And yeah, looks like Cobbs he's got the Astral Step, gonna be forced to use it, but no, he does not get to do that. The Battery Assault comes through, and that's gonna prevent him from getting it off as the TA finds a kill. Oh man, that is so unfortunate for the Void Spirit. He thought that he could bait an extra spell or two, but instead just ends up giving away his life. And now AF King is going to join him in the grave as well. Sanctity with a double kill, 8 minutes into the game with a killing spree. This Templar Assassin, well, she's off to a great start. While in the bottom lane, Krish, I mean, he's doing just great on the Nature's Prophet. Level 6 hit already. His tower under absolutely no threat. And while the DK has finished the Meteor Hammer and this tower will slowly get chipped away at, it's going to be a while before he's able to take it down. And the fact that Krish has already taken this bottom tier 1 means that it's not going to be as easy for the side of EV Gaming to commit for the bottom tier 1. Sanctity down towards the mid lane is dropping rather low, does not have refraction for the next few seconds, but the bottle and the Psionic Trap will keep him alive. The Void Spirit jumps in, coughs him! He's gonna fall as Ace gets him with the Fate Bolt towards the end there, and Top G, well, he's gonna have to back the hell off on the Snapfire as EF King secures his retreat. But look at this, 4-3, he's not slowing down. SE is chasing forward as well. This is a lot of juicy track money that the side of QWE don't really want to give up, but while they will dive a tier 1, they'll respect the tier 2 and back off. Spectre nowhere close to the Blade Mail, as she did go for a Wraithband and Power Treads before well, really itemizing into that Blade Mail. Shut the fuck up, Snapfire, I do not want to hear your voice line. Oh my goodness, are you annoying. But yeah, Hoodwink is going to get tracked up. 4-3 might have been a little greedy, but he should be fine. He's got a Vanguard and a fairly sized wand. That sounds very appropriate. But back towards the top lane, Krish He's going to be finishing up his Maelstrom in just a bit. In fact, he's already finished up his Maelstrom. I believe it's flying out on the courier towards the mid lane. The granny falls again, weaken the knees, weaken the legs, and she just gets deleted off the map. I mean, I wanted to go and see this, but it seems like this TA has just been deleting heroes left, right, and center. SE, although he's only level 4 on the clockwork, this is one of those games where you don't really care about being low level. Ace again finds the kill with the Fate Bolt. This Void Spirit. Oh man, he's just not having a good time here. QWE, they even got the D1 on this cliff. Placed it on Observer Ward, which allowed Sanctity to get the Melt Strike off with the double damage, and that's the Void Spirit going down. Arguably one of the most important heroes at this stage in the game. Net worth wise, I believe it might be the most farmed hero. Well, never mind, it's actually not. It's the DK who is the most farmed hero, but he's locked down bottom. And speaking of the DK, he's dropping rather low, as he might just end up falling over here with the stolen Bushwhack coming in from Ace. And EF King, well, he's going to retreat back to the safety of his tier 2 tower. And EV just looking starved across the map for any sort of farm. Oh, Bushwhack coming through from Ace is gonna catch out the good old granny, and Top G will end up dropping. Top G, interesting name. 4-3, they're tracking up Cobzem, as Cobzem doesn't even feel comfortable finishing up this stack. It's left halfway and probably could get picked up by the TA, but no, they've got different plans here. They're actually gonna make their way towards bottom instead. They will not make a play for this tier 2 tower, because that is well, a surefire way to throw this game back into the favor of EV, and God knows QWE has done a fair bit of that. But back towards the top lane, the Void Spirit is going to end up dropping. Vivek, are you here?
Yeah, I am here. I'm making the social media post. 1 second.
I love it. You're making it with the same speed that I made it with yesterday. But going back towards the mid lane, EF King now getting dove under his own tier 3 tower, as Top G will be like, no, take me instead. And he will sacrifice his own life to protect the good old squirrel. The old lady, although feeble, is a woman of principles, as she will not tolerate any animal abuse on her team, and they will find revenge. The Rubik is gonna bite the dust. And QWE, well, 4-3. That taunt sums up exactly the state that QWE are in. They are swimming in money at the moment. Krish, he's finished up his Maelstrom, closing in on the Gleipnir. Not that far away from it, actually. Just a few thousand gold more, and he will have it. And a 13-14 minute Gleipnir on a Nature's Prophet is really, really hard to deal with. Back towards the mid lane, Cobzem. Spotted on the Psionic Trap. Good Bushwhack, catching out the TA, but I heard a clockwork hookshot going through. It's actually going to be on to soup attacks. And well, looks like Sanctity might have overstepped his bounds a bit as well. The haste is going to allow him to escape. But the clockwork will not be so lucky, as he ends up dropping.
I think that's absolutely fine, right? The clockwork actually tanked the sharpshooter, and if you look at EV, they actually wanted the Templar Assassin, but they get a clockwork. I mean, a clockwork dying is, I don't know, it's really meaningless. It doesn't amount to much, so I think the side of QWE are absolutely okay with that. And I'm looking at the draft just now. I heard you say Bounty Hunter, but yeah, there is a Bounty Hunter, and he's going full utility, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at this. He's got himself a Hood of Defiance, that he disassembled from the Vanguard.
His Vanguard, yeah.
And the Piper is going to be finished soon, so they're going to be A-okay in this game against the Void Spirit.
It works. I mean, there are multiple ways this hero is played. Primarily, it is not meant to be played in competitive Dota. It is meant for turbo mode, and it is meant for my bracket, the Crusader bracket. But I'm going to hold on to that, because in the mid lane, the Void Spirit attempting to be aggressive is the one who's in trouble. But with that sharpshooter and the Mortimer's Kisses, they'll eventually bring down the Templar Assassin. Sanctity, Floki, I want to be honest, he was right in the middle of nowhere. Now the sharpshooter is stolen. It's going to apply the break onto the Dragon Knight. But the reinforcements have arrived from the side of QWE. Moon TP's in, cleans up on the Void Spirit, and now the Dragon Knight, running for dear life, is actually caught by a stolen cookie from the Rubik. The telekinesis is there. The plays were cute coming up from the Rubik with the stolen sharpshooter and the stolen cookie. But no way they're diving past the tier 2, especially when respawn timers are this low.
Oh yeah. I mean, not a clean fight for EV. While they do find those 2 kills, giving up your own mid laner as well as another support is probably not worth it for their side. I mean, they'll take what they can get, but down bottom, if this is what's happening across the map shortly after, I mean, it really doesn't make a difference. The fact that they just ended up feeding mid. They give up the Spectre on EV Gaming down bottom, and that too towards Sanctity, who's been doing quite well in terms of farm, mind you. And Top G, what the hell are you doing, my friend? That is not your part of the map. I mean, his name does signify that he has a pair of cojones, but I don't think cojones is what you need when you're in a game of Dota. It's primarily a brain.
Yeah.
Well, the hook shot is gonna connect onto EF King, or E fucking as I like to call him, and Cobbs M, well, he's gonna be in a bit of trouble.
He is,
Dissimilate.
and okay, he's gonna get away with the dissimilate and the astral step. Uses the second astral step as well, but the problem is the track. And that Revenant isn't perfect. It isn't really blocking that path. There's a Templar Assassin with enough damage with just a blink and a Dragon Lance.
Oh yeah.
And that is why Meld is a very
Broken spell?
stupidly retarded spell actually, yeah.
5-second cooldown for a casual 200 burst that
Oh,
sets up for
geez.
even more damage. Yep, that is correct. Top G.
Top G is sprouted, dead. The bounty hunter being kind enough to actually not steal the last hit does give the kill over to Christian. This is all track gold, and track gold means all those utility items that the bounty hunter wants to build are going to come at a much earlier timing, which is why I was thinking that there is a case to be made for this way of playing bounty hunter, because there is no other way bounty hunter should be played. He shouldn't be played, in fact, actually, if you ask me.
I see. Oh, well, towards the mid lane, Cobbs M. This time around, he is going to be quick enough. The bushwhack comes in turn. Is the snapfire there? Where the Mortimer's kisses? No, she's still in base, trying to walk away towards the fight because there is no town portal scroll available for her. So the TA will be A-okay. In the meantime, Krish continues to farm away on the Nature's Prophet, closing in on his BKB 17 minutes into the game. 9k net worth lead, but after seeing the side of EV, seeing so many heroes on that part of the map, they will just straight up walk into the Rosh pit. They do not believe that they can be contested, and this is actually right. 3 melt strikes on Roshan. Look at this guy melt. He is...
Lightstone Floki.
And the Blightstone, exactly. There you go. That's the real winner. The Blightstone, but Sanctity, with that use of the Immortal, I mean, he is not gonna feel afraid at all. He will happily jump in first if he sees an opportunity to take down someone like the Spectre or even the Void Spirit, because the Void Spirit, despite his Witchblade, I do not believe he's got enough armor to survive the burst. Well, Deso about to be finished up for Sanctity in a bit. I believe once they have that is when they will make a lot more aggressive plays and go for these tier 2s across the map. Until then, it's just going to be them playing the map very efficiently and building up this net worth lead further.
You know, it's kind of funny actually. You're saying that QWE are waiting for a timing to be aggressive. They are already extremely aggressive. You rarely see a Templar Assassin start to join fights with just a Blink and a Dragon Lance. I know these are items that indicate that you want to fight, but he has no BKB, nothing. He's blinking forward looking for kills. He's actually playing their side of the map. Sure, he has the Aegis, but his team has no intention of connecting with him anytime soon. So you can tell that QWE in a bit of a we don't give a fuck mode right now. And they are actually just getting a fight going with both the supports and the bounty hunter. The Snapfire is going to die. Chris is joined in. They'll clean up on the Dragon Knight. So much for all that Dragon Blood and that protective bonus armor and HP as even the Hoodwink dies. So 3 heroes die, and there's not much to talk about this game because QWE sense and feel clearly that they are on another level compared to them. Krish going for a solo pickup on the Spectre, but she does have the Spectral Dagger. Unfortunately, it's worn off. The rocket did give a little bit of fleeting vision, and the Nature's Prophet, he moves extremely slowly. There's no way he's going to catch up with the Spectre, but meanwhile at mid, Sanctity and others are pushing, and I mean, just look at the Void Spirit. He expended Floki turn to the Void Spirit. He actually used his mana and HP to get something done.
Which is?
I don't know. No, because he was at. Okay, I'll get back to the Void Spirit later.
Yeah.
It's nice to see a Meteor Hammer connect on two people. It's especially cute when it happens. It's unfortunate though that they're going to lose their Bounty Hunter for it. The Hoodwink will die. The Psionic Trap and its stick damage takes care of the Hoodwink. And a two-man Gleipnir comes in from none other than Krish. The Void Spirit is stunned, pushed back by the Cogs, cookied back into it. He's going to end up falling. Poor fellow. Supposed to be a very mobile hero, but this time it's the cookie and the cogs that are ensuring that he's quick and swift around the map, quick and swift towards his own death.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Dragon Knight dies again. And
Where's the axe on the Spectre? The Spectre is going for a Manta style of all items.
no,
That is a bit weird. And well, AD is gonna have to be careful as Krish just came here for the tower, but had he been spotted, it would have been his death. Quick
One sec.
question, Vivek. How do you pronounce the Hoodwink's name?
I haven't seen the Hoodwink's name. Hold on.
Well, you can see it now.
That baby is coming down.
1 second. Yeah, it's E fucking. Mid-typo.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. A bit of a
Shot.
potato there,
They
but
has the Snapfire, they have the Spirit Vessel, Tokchi is dead, and look at the rest of EV. They should probably get out of here. Yep. Every time I see EV, I think of two things. One, because I'm a cinematographer, I think of the rather technical term exposure value. Other thing I think of is electric vehicle. Yeah. This random trivia. Sorry, it serves no purpose because this game serves no purpose. It's just a matter of time before QWE ends this, and
yeah.
we can move on to our next game. I think, of course, I'm being a bit harsh on EV, but they are not making any moves on the map.
Yeah.
I feel like the game has reached the state where they use Spectre Horn, they use the Void Spirit, they kill a Rubik. This is really the best case scenario for them. I don't even know what this is. They should have probably been sitting on their tier 3. They're up against an Aegis Templar Assassin. But instead the Dragon Knight commits the Dragon form and wants to go and see if the map is viable to farm him. The map is not viable to do anything. You know?
Oh yeah, I mean at this point the map's completely closed down. Much like, no, I'm not gonna go there, never mind. I was gonna talk about Magica after they had that little incident. I'm sure you
It's very
guys know
funny,
what
I
I'm talking
actually
about.
shot in Imagica about a week ago.
Ah, so did I. I actually shot 2 ads for them. Print ads mostly, but...
This year.
No, way back when I was 15 years old. That's when Magica was first coming out, actually.
Nice.
Yeah. First time around, got access to all the rides, you know, just had a blast. Second time around, it was severely limited because they actually had tourists and
So
visitors.
I went there last week, and because we had to start shooting at a reasonable time, I actually had to wake up at 2:30 to reach there by 6.
The Rubik, well, still alive for the time being. Limited.
I thought my Magica story was more interesting.
Go for it.
Yeah. So
2:30.
I had to wake up at 2:30 in the morning, and yeah, I came back at 2:30 in the morning, and my watchman is puzzled why I have the same working hours as him. He's not able to make sense of the fact that there's somebody who's working the same hours, and you know, 2:30 is just about when the local security in your building wants to take a nap. But unfortunately, I had to wake him up so that he could open the gate.
Yeah.
It was. Imagica is kind of decrypt right now. Decrypt?
Decrepit. Yeah.
Decryptify? Yeah, it's decryptified right now.
Decryptified, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And
Correct.
it's sad. And actually, Reliance, who used to own it earlier, have sold it. They are no longer the owners of it.
Oh,
Yep.
I mean,
Our crew for that day was about 18 people, and there must have been a total footfall of 18 people at Imagic.
well, to
but
be honest, this is the exam
Mine-
season, right? So it's March, you know, 12th boards and 10th boards and all the fucking boards in the world are about to
So I
start.
think the boards are getting over. Maybe now there's more footfall at Imagica, but yeah, it's still their footfall is 3x our highest viewership, so they're doing something right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Uh,
I think
right
they
now, our
might have
viewership
spent.
is at one. I am looking at my brother who's sitting right next to me in the room, and I'm tightly pleading to him to just join the stream. Uh, But sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, I was saying I think the one thing they might be doing better is having spent around 99 crore, 99 lakh, 99,000. Well, not 99,000, 90,000. No, actually, not even 90,000, 85,000. Better than us.
85,000.
More than us. I spent 15k on an internet connection and here I am. So, speaking of return on investment, I think my percentages are looking a lot better compared to a Magikar's.
I think we need to offer roller coaster rides to all our audience members.
I agree. I can
Yeah.
offer a camel ride at best. I'm not sure what constitutes.
I can
being
offer a
roller
camel
coaster.
toe because sometimes when I dress correctly, it looks like that. Anyway, I think QWE are just having fun with their opponents. And,
Yeah. Oh, what's this gone?
He's gonna survive. No, he's not gonna survive. What
track-
How did Rubik have? How does Rubik click on Rubik's items?
Yeah, he's got an Aether lens.
Click on a 4-star. I was wondering how he closed the gap. But yeah, obviously the track provided vision, but he was somewhere near the river. And the Void Spirit used his Astral Step. to get away.
E-fucking, getting E-fucked.
Yeah. It's okay, fucking. One day you will be the fucker.
Things are looking dire.
Oh, yeah.
Dyer's bottom top. Wow, that was unintentional. Forget I said that.
It
Bottom
is
tower
so.
is in trouble though.
I mean,
Radiant's throwing all they've got.
I have a lot of respect for teams like QWE even,
Dyer's bottom tower is gone.
who play an open qualifier and then somehow play an open qualifier again, because Dota is just such an unforgiving game, right? I mean, these guys are rank 200, rank 300, rank 100, 150, and even then, it is no guarantee that you're moving on to a close qualifier,
Oh,
let
yeah.
alone Division 2. And yeah, amidst all of that, there are players like E-fucking come and play and try. And yeah, I think like even for teams like QWE, the chances are slim. I'm saying for teams like this, what is the incentive here?
Well, I'm not
Because
sure what
playing
the
Dota
incentive
with
is.
friends is never an incentive for anyone to play Dota.
Yeah, I mean,
Look at us.
yeah. That's exactly what I was about to say. But, yeah, I mean, this hoodwink still has the look of determination on her face. Does this look like a hoodwink who's beaten down, battered, and who's down 28k net worth? No, this looks like a hoodwink who is ready to kick some ass. And you know what that teaches us? It teaches us a very important lesson in life. It's that sometimes it's better to be a fucking idiot than to be this hoodwink.
I don't know why you're flaming the hoodwink so much, bro. You're gonna get flagged for this on the internet, bro.
I mean, I have 0 street cred, so it doesn't matter.
I think hoodwink is a very cute-looking character model. I don't think there's
No,
any
don't
character
go there.
model
Don't go there. Stop.
No, there's nothing
I'm gonna
that's
stop
as
you.
cute and lovable. Like without sexualizing furry creatures, I just want to say that it's almost like a cute cat or a cute dog. And the cute cat or cute dog has been glide-made and silenced, and the maelstrom and the glide-made is procking, and
Not like Dyer's bottom tower.
it really sucks to be this Void Spirit, right? Like, he hasn't gotten to play the game. And I really feel that sometimes in a losing game, you really don't want to make such a play.
Dyer's historical
Yeah.
bottom
Wishblade is definitely an item that you want to buy and get ahead with. If you're losing the game, I think you need slightly more defensive items, because that happens to you. You get instantly deleted by the Templar Assassin as Sanctity continues to pulverize the side of EV with damage. Dragon Knight is going to get taken down as well. Sanctity comes back with full HP and full mana, and the Spectre, despite having finished her Eye of Skadi, has nothing to show for here. I believe the double Gs will be dropped soon enough, and there it is. The Dragon Knight waves the white flag in surrender, as that's going to be the end of this game. Remember, this is still only a BO1. The next round is probably going to be a BO3. A weird fucking BO3 where they're going to play the first game today and the second game tomorrow. Or maybe if they've learned from their mistakes, They're gonna play the entire BO3 today.
Oh, they don't play anything today.
Oh, they don't play anything else today? Is that it?
I don't know.
Oh.
We'll have to wait and find out.
Oh yeah. Well,
Could you stream if you are kind of somewhat skilled with the ancient art of OBS? Could you stream the brackets
sure, I shall do that.
without sharing your pawn history at the same time?
It's a tough one, but I'll try.
Okay. Otherwise, just share your pawn history. That's okay.
Alright, well, there you go. There's a new tab right here for folks. Just gonna quickly move over to ePulse. Please do not judge me by the bookmarks I have on my Chrome. I know it's very easy to arrive to conclusions.
Okay, this is ePulse.
Yeah,
Right.
this is Open Qualifier number 1. So let me just go to the home page. Sorry, wait, no,
Who
this is
won,
the
by
old.
the way? Who won, by the way? Can we look at the qualifier?
Sure, we can have a look at that actually. Just a second. So you go to bracket here.
So there are 3 open qualifiers.
Yeah, and Neon Esports won, strangely enough. And
So both the teams actually move forward to the close qualifiers. Hope.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
called Hope?
yes, that's a team called Hope.
Hope and Neon Esports both moved. And fair enough. Did QWE lose to Neon Esports?
We were casting that game awake.
Yes, when Andrew was playing Tide Hunter.
yes.
No,
yeah.
I remember the game clearly, but just wanted to
That
look again. Can we go to qualifier number 2?
yes. There you go. So I'm just gonna stream this for you
So-
because you can't see this. So yeah.
To the close qualifier, but the close qualifiers are going to be really brutal.
Yeah, the closed qualifiers are the tougher part. I mean,
So the last time an Indian team got into the close qualifier, they were bottom of their group.
oh, was this Beyond Infinity time or was it PvP?
I think after Beyond Infinity, once Signify got it.
Ah, so PvP esports Signify.
Yeah.
Well,
If
here
you-
are the brackets in case you guys are wondering. So here's Team QWE.
Okay, so where is QW? Who are they playing?
They're right here. They're playing Team Tough next.
Excellent. It's going to be a tough matchup.
Fuck you.
So when is that? Is there a time assigned?
I think there is.
I-
It should
I
be.
think,
It happens the next 10 to 15 minutes. So
The team that really came close to qualifying for TI was Entity when they had Black in their team.
yeah,
Of all,
and they had 0 Indians on the team, I believe.
they had 0 Indians on the team. Technically, that was the one time an Indian org came very close to qualifying for TI. And then obviously Entity did it as. It's very interesting that they actually changed their Twitter handle from Entity to Entity Europe.
Yeah.
Completely disregarding their Indian roots. But yeah, Entity with Black, when Black was playing carry for them, and they had Southeast Asians. Who was that guy? I forget his name. We met them before Floki. But
BDZ. You talking about the Filipino chaps?
yeah, the Filipino chaps. There was this.
There was a guy
Who was the
called
support player? Who was that pause 5?
Abing or
Bing was there, yes.
I remember Abing. I remember. God damn it! I remember BDZ. He
Oh
used to
yeah,
play three.
TI Open qualifiers also. I think I missed that TI Open qualifier, but I know what you're talking about. I was I taken a break from Dota at that time, but yes, Aliens did lose in the semi-finals.
Yeah, but anyway, these are the brackets. So Team QWE right here. I'm just gonna zoom in for you folks. Team QWE is gonna play Team Tough, and
So
after
when
that,
is it? Is there a time?
no, it's so the way ePulse functions is like usually it's 10 to 15 minutes from now, and if this match is to be played out, that's when it's gonna happen. If it's a BO3, if it might happen tomorrow, so we're just gonna have to ask Chris straight up. So we'll
I
do
don't
that.
think it feels kind of sad that we have to trouble him time and time again.
Yeah, it does actually. Even I don't like
I
it.
already messaged him in the morning like when is your game? Said now.
So I'm just gonna remove the window capture.
Should we just tweet at ePulse?
Uh,
Does
I
ePulse
can.
use social media posts? Wait, let me check Liquipedia. Because my brother, Vignesh, you looked at Liquipedia, right? For the. Could you remove your headphone? You looked at Liquipedia, right? For the timing of the best of three? Okay. Earlier, where a couple of years, these open fires were done with a decent amount of integrity. And
Your voice is getting cut. I think you're having some packet loss issues.
okay.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do for the time being. We're gonna take some time away from the stream, about 10 minutes.
One sec. I'm just trying to figure
Oh.
out when the game is.
Alright, go for
Hold-
it. Wait,
I'm looking at Liquipedia. Open qualifier. Open qualifier. Check deeper in this qualifier. This team.
your voice is still getting cut, Vivek.
So, according to Liquipedia, there's one game today in 2 hours 40 minutes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, so there is one game today. Yeah,
Yeah.
you are correct. Is it in 3 hours though? I'm unsure. 1 second. Okay, here's my suggestion.
Moon is not even online. No, he is online.
He is online. Let's wait 15 minutes. Let's see if Moon goes into a game, because that's usually how long it takes. So I did talk to someone who was familiar with ePulse, and they told me that the way ePulse works, right, is that as soon as you're done with your game, the bot, they use a bot to facilitate all the matches. So the bot will send all the players an invite to join the lobby as soon as both teams' games are over, and after 15 minutes the game will start automatically. And if you do not join the lobby, well, you just get, the other team just gets a bye if you don't join before the time limit. So yeah, I mean, if this match is to happen, I think it will happen in the next 15 minutes. Or maybe it'll just happen in 3 hours from now. We're not sure about that. So let's just wait for 15 minutes, see if this match is happening, and if it's not, we can always come back later. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna just set up some text for you guys. Waiting for QWE versus...
Okay, wait. Somebody in chat is telling us that the game has started.
Oh, is it? Let me have a look. Let me go into the watch tab and see what the hell is going on.
Moon isn't in a game yet.
Yeah, we don't see Moon in the game, but you know what?
Oh, Moon has jumped into a game. So it's going to take us 5 minutes for this game to load, and then
Ah,
the
there
game
you
will
go.
begin.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to go get coffee.
Yeah, and I'm gonna leave you guys with some text and some music. As soon as the draft is live, we will jump straight into the game, folks. Do not worry about that. So, yeah.
Can you update the title? QWE versus...
Yes, I will do that. We are waiting for QWE versus Team Tough for now. And I shall update the title on Restream as well. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mute my audio. I'm going to mute Vivek on Discord. And I will leave you guys with some music until the game is up. There is a Dota TV delay that is set, so it's gonna be a while before we're actually able to jump into the game. AC is 3. So as soon as that Dota TV delay is gone and the draft is live, we will come back and cast the game for you. So yeah, until then, we will be chilling, and yeah, we hope you guys stick around. Alright, looks like the game is up. Vivek is unmuted, and yeah, let's just jump straight in. Let's see what the fuck is going on. QWE versus Team Tough.
And you can remove your text overlay.
I did. 2 steps ahead of you. Haha.
Okay. Nice. My behavior score is reflecting in our streams as well. I get constant communication bans.
5 seconds.
Seems only fair. But yeah,
Wait, you
QWE
got a
versus-
communication ban?
You muted me.
Sounds fair.
Dire.
Yeah. Guy with 3000 behavior score muting the guy with 9600 behavior score.
Hey, now. Here's proof
What
right here. My behavior score is 7500, okay?
Yeah. Still more than both our MMRs put
Dire's
together.
choice. Let's
That
go.
is sadly true.
Yep.
Buck the fuck up, Vivek. I'm like 4.1k already. You need to pick your part of the weight up.
Yep.
Dire's turn to pick.
Need to play Dota actually.
Radiant's up.
Oh, you are actually showing your behavior score on stream.
Yes, I did.
Nice. Okay, this game, QWE versus Team Tough. Apparently, according to chat, and yeah, according to chat, this is a best of one. This is not a best of three, so it's just gonna be a
Oh.
best of one, and then the quarterfinals, the best of three, those start tomorrow. So today is a lighter day for us, a day where after the stream we can go play some Dota and lose MMR
5
or
seconds.
win MMR. Who knows?
I'd very much
but-
like to sleep.
No.
Fuck.
How many of you would like to see Floki play Dota and stream? He's
Literally
he's
none of
ancient
you.
too. He's pretty good,
That's
reasonably entertaining.
Ancient One is like acceptable. You can barely watch a stream on Ancient One. That's my belief. Like if
Okay, I'll tell you what the real
cutoff
hook is for watching Floki play Dota. I don't think playing Dota is about high MMR, right?
Dire gets
Otherwise,
I wouldn't be playing.
Radiant.
I don't think streaming is only about like streaming high MMR games. I think there is a case to be made for anyone and everyone to stream. There's an absolute case to be made for no one to watch it. But the real unique thing about how Floki plays is he uses his arrow keys to move his camera. Is that right? Oh, you use WASD. to
WASD.
move it.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
So he basically connects two keyboards at the same time to play Dota. I-
Yeah. I mean, I imagine I press a lot
and
more
his
keys.
justification is that Topson does it, but Topson doesn't do it.
No, my justification is that I used to be an FPS player.
Even I was an FPS player, Hirak, but that didn't make us a retard, or that didn't make me a retard. But yeah, this draft,
Radiant gets the ban.
interesting first set of bans. Kotl getting banned out. You also got to remember that these teams are playing each other in this qualifier. They're going to be playing each other in the next qualifier as well.
If QWE loses.
No, I mean, okay, these teams may include
10
QWE or not, but yeah, hashtag Reaper is there. There are a bunch of teams. Chat
seconds.
was kind enough to tell us that this is the new Lil Gun versus the old Lil Gun.
Oh.
So yeah, they know each other pretty well. That's why you see specifically targeted bans like Kotl and Morphling. Not things that we're aware of because SE, who's drafting,
Yep.
who's a position 5 player, is clearly aware of what his opponents like to pick and not pick. And Moon earlier on was actually watching this team play before
Oh.
you woke up. When I woke up to messages, plural, of people asking us to fucking stream and do our jobs. I was watching Moon and Moon was watching this game, and these guys are like ranked 400, 300, so they're pretty killed. Yeah, I don't think that anything in this qualifier henceforth is going to be a straightforward stomp. I think these games are going to be rather close, and just looking at the draft coming out from Team Tough, I like it. I mean, as long as this Doom is not just an empty bag of gold, and he actually does more, he should have a good game. And they've got Doom, Rubik, and Treant. I like the support pairing.
Yeah.
And if you look at QWE, they pick up the SF again. I'm guessing this time though that
They're flexible about the SF, I think.
they are flexible because they have a death prophet.
Yeah.
So they can flex the SF. And
10 seconds left.
Sanctity yesterday
Wow.
played a
8.
phenomenal Shadow Fiend, in my opinion,
5
despite them
seconds.
losing that game. But this time around, the the draft actually complements the SF. The SF should have a better game.
Oh yeah.
Last time around, the SF was with a Dusk.
Mm-hmm.
Not with a Dusk, excuse me, there was no Dusk. He had a Timbersaw and a Broodmother as his other two cores. This time, the supports themselves can do a lot for the SF. Also, Sanctity did a
Dire gets
lot
the
of
ban.
interesting itemization, in my opinion.
Radiant gets the
He
ban.
completed the Silver Edge and then he goes for an Arcane Blink
Yeah.
and a Refresher Orb. And I think he got an Axe from Roshan or he built an Axe, I'm not quite sure.
Roshan.
But yeah, that was the way SF needed to be played yesterday.
But
And
in general,
but
actually, Vivek, this is the new SF
10
build, right? Because
seconds.
of the level
what
25
Dragon
talent.
Lance, BKB, Silver Edge, and then Arcane Blink?
5
Yes,
seconds.
because if your game is going well at that point, and since you get leveled so quickly, when you get that Shadow Rays applies attack damage talent, those raises can actually crit. So you can end up doing easily 1.5 thousand plus 1500 plus damage in just three
Wow.
raises if you land all of them and one of them crits. Uh,
Yeah.
Dire gets the
so
ban.
that arcane blink is just something that people have started to pick up. I think Pure first did it last year in the DPC qualifier. Sorry, in the TI qualifier, where he was still playing with Entity and he picked up the arcane blink on the Shadow Fiend in a game that went on for so long that he had around 55k or 60k net worth, something along those
seconds.
lines, and he had insane number of items. I mean,
I always thought the talent that made SF
5
broken
seconds.
was a presence or a affecting buildings
it
talent.
is. It is. It really
I
is.
didn't even know there's a raise being a part of your physical damage component talent. I mean, isn't SF a bit too broken as a damage dealer? He has a shard, which is a fear. He has a death requiem. He has a requiem, which is a fear. He has raises, which do attack damage.
And
Uh,
fear if you've got the shard.
Dire's turn to
wait,
ban.
the raises also fear?
Yes, if you have got the shard, it applies your attack damage,
Wait,
and
isn't he the most broken position one in the game?
he is
Like,
just broken. But the issue
he
with
flash
SF
from.
is, yeah,
What is the issue?
issue is just what we saw yesterday. You know, if this hero just gets run over in the lane, no matter how much farm he gets, no matter how much
Don't think
damage,
I, no, I don't think Sanctity.
you really need lockdown with this hero. You need good
Yeah,
lockdown.
exactly. This game he has it. In the previous game he had no lockdown. Who is support? I think it was a Hoodwink, and
Yeah,
Hoodwink was the only stun, if I'm not mistaken. The other support was
yeah. Uh,
what was the other support? It was SE playing Disruptor.
Disruptor,
Disruptor
there
is
you go.
not
That is
lockdown.
correct. Yeah, Disruptor is
Yeah,
not locked down. So that's the issue. When you go up against three BKBs and you don't have any sort of disables, it can become very hard to play SF because SF in the super late game, what he likes to do is just blink on top of the targets he wants to kill with the arcane blink and get his Requiem off, and that gives him enough disable to take a target down full to zero and at least take away 90% of their HP, and your team can do the rest. But the thing about this hero is to reach that point, you kind of need to have a good matchup in lane, and on top of that, you also need to make sure that you don't die like Sanctity died yesterday, which, by the way, is no fault of his own, in my opinion. I mean, sure, he missed a couple of kills on the Ember. The first death that he gave away to the Ember was on him,
it was
but
him. Yeah.
I mean, after that, still, you know, when there's like 2 or 3 heroes coming mid to gank you and on SF and your supports don't respond, you just feel extremely sad because there are
And,
lots of
and
games where SF will single-handedly take over a game.
it's also kind of weird, right? Hoodwink is not the best support to move mid. Uh, I mean, she's not going to really stop a gank. It's kind of tricky. Like she can, but like I feel the issue was not Sanctity's laning. I feel the issue was the draft overall. This time around, the draft like really helps SF. SF needs people who stun for him or people who heal him, both.
Yeah.
Uh, and I prefer stun actually. I think as somebody who is forced to play support for my friend Floki who likes to pick a lot of SF, I think stuns are a lot better. And
Yep.
yeah, there are stuns here that pair spell immunity. So they've got a little bit of everything. The problem is there's overgrowth, there's Sunder, there's the Doom.
Gabe
So
Johnson here.
it
Are we
is
starting?
still
Starting.
a hard game for the SF, and obviously this is a very classic matchup. Akasha versus Nevermore, as it was called in 1993.
Ah.
The actual names of these heroes. So Yeah.
Wow, so this is the old Neon Esports players, two of them, Tsukimoto and Valky. They used to be a part of Neon Esports. It seems like since then they have moved on to what might be greener or yellower patches, depending on what these teams' placements are. I'm not exactly sure how strong Team Tough has been in past and overall in the Southeast Asian region, but it's a little. I mean, it's a little weird to see that Valky and Tsukimoto left or did get kicked because I do think Neon Esports was in a very good spot with those two. I think those two were decent players. I mean, sure, there are certain things that players could always improve on, but it wasn't anything glaringly bad. But perhaps that's the nature of the competition. If there's a qualifier coming up, you want to give yourself the best chance of winning, and the only way you do that is by making sure you've got the top talent on your team. Well, we'll see what happens in this game because it seems like both teams have got some very decent answers for each other. In particular, I think the draft. Sorry, just a second. I'm gonna set up my script. There we go. Yeah, but overall, it seems like the draft of Team QWE is well-rounded. They've got a lot of tower damage. They've got a frontline hero. They've also got some BKB piercing disables. On the other hand, the problem with Team Tusk's lineup is like you actually do not really want to go late against it. I mean, super late with the Arcane Blink, it works if you can hit that timing, but I'm going to have to hold on to that thought because Shriller has walked into the midst of 4 QWE heroes as he's going to get raised up and taken down over here. First blood going the way of Sanctity as he picks it up with the medium raise. And well, that's going to be a very good start for the side of Team QWE. Sanctity getting first blood means that he should be able to finish up his bottle earlier if that's what he wants.
I think he's definitely going to go for a bottle versus the quad, right? I mean,
Yep.
you don't want to, but you have to. It's kind of weird. Like, this mid lane is just going to see a lot of rotations around it. And, yeah, I mean, just be ready, Floki, because you're the one controlling the camera.
Yeah.
And, yeah, people have not been liking the work you've been doing, so just be on your toes.
They've got
I
an
will.
ancient, and between you and me, they got
Try
one
your
guy
best.
there. Who was the first person to
I
think
will.
of having an ancient? You.
But yeah, this draft, it's interesting. I mean, there is a drow. Everybody wants to jump onto the drow. It's you commit too much on the drow and you don't kill her. Then there's a tusk with the save. There's a clockwork which is going to break up the fight. So there are conditions to how
Oh, yeah.
Team Tough need to approach this fight and how they deal with the drow. It's an offlane dead prophet. With the Tusk, a fairly strong lane, they can actually take over, and this is why the TB and the Train know this. They're actually just trading early on, trying to pretend as if they have a chance in that lane. But my man, my co-caster, my fellow observer loves the mid lane, and he is looking at every little detail in this Akasha versus Nevermore matchup. What have you learned, sir?
Well, it's actually a very easy matchup for the Shadow Fiend. It's not as hard or as one-sided as it used to be. I think, in fact, it's revenge for all the years of bullying that Queen of Pain. Well, I mean, for all the years that Queen of Pain bullied SF in the mid lane, way back in 2013, 2014. This hero finally gets his revenge. But yeah, the main thing you want to do is make sure that you're always connecting with 2 raises. It's okay if you don't get the 3rd raise off, that's not a requirement, but you want to keep Akasha on half HP throughout this matchup. You don't want to give her the comfort of approaching a creep wave and thinking to herself that she can manipulate it somehow. No, she only gets bits and pieces, scraps what you leave for her, and the rest just goes to you.
It is a kind of painful matchup, right? I mean,
Yep.
Akasha will, of course, struggle to really trade effectively. Every time she walks into close to the SF, she can eat minimum of 1 raise, probably 2. So, yeah, it is a tough lane for the Queen of Pain. And once Nevermore gets his Lothar's Blade, the game becomes... Okay, sorry, I'm missing
Well-
another name. So he's in down bottom. There's Rubik that's dying, and he's running for his dear life. Krish is slowing him with those frost arrows. but he's managed to get the distance he needs.
Oh, yeah.
Nonetheless, though, Krish is rather happy with how this lane is going. Clockwork, not the best position 5 to have, but up top, Ace on his signature task, the lead seed upon him. Well, they did commit the metamorphosis for this, and at the end of it all, the TV does lose a fair amount of health, but both the Death Prophet as well as the task, well, the Death Prophet's missing a mana and the task is missing his HP. But also the bigger issue for the Terrorblade is that, you know, once that Prophet refills the mana, this lane is just going to be scarier. Mid lane, SF doing well in terms of CS, Floki.
Yeah.
But the co-op not doing too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a matchup where you have to run away a lot as co-op, not something... I mean, that's just co-op as a hero now. I think she scales a lot better into the late game compared to before, but her early game has taken a hit for sure as a result. I mean, there is no better side of ice carry in the game apart from co-op and Puck. I think those two are probably the best heroes to buy that item. And... because you can just blink in, or you can, you know, just go in and hex someone, and there's... The only thing that can prevent that is a Lincoln Sphere or a BKB. And most of the time, if you have some way of popping the Lincoln Sphere, which in this game Team Tough does in the form of the Rubik, you almost always have a guaranteed hex and a guaranteed lockdown, which is very strong to have. Plus, deals a fair amount of damage. You know, it's not as good as the SF, but if you play on her cooldowns and you play around that Sonic Wave, she is a very scary hero to go up against. I mean, Dro doesn't particularly like a co-op blinking in her face, even though she's a strong hero. Up top, yeah, it looks like there are some trades being taken back and forth. Of course, the Death Prophet still incredibly strong despite the Spirit Siphon nerfs. Even though it takes 38 seconds to restore a single charge, people have learned how to be a bit more judicious with its use, and as a result, they still get a lot of value out of this Death Prophet. I mean, just one Spirit Siphon at level 2 restores 300 health for you, and it deals 225 magic damage to the opponent. That is such a big difference from just one spell for 80 mana, and you get multiple charges of this spell. Like, it's actually kind of ridiculous. So yeah, this Death Prophet hero definitely very, very strong right now. Once you have the Guardian Greaves on 4-3, we can see him move around the map and occupy some places that would be otherwise a little bit harder for some other heroes to be in. Tsukimoto is actually going to toss back SE on the Clockwork, and he's going to get caught out in the cogs. This should be a dead Rubik as long as SE stays on top with the battery assault, and Krish will get the credit for the kill. The Rubik gets taken down.
Yeah.
Back towards the mid lane. Well, this matchup finally starting to show its true colors as Valky only level 5, while Sanctity half a level ahead of the Queen of Pain. Could have been a bit better for Sanctity, but...
You probably want to look at the top lane, because 4-3 is... I mean, they had to snowball him in to save him, but actually Trill, as well as the Treant Protector, whose name is something in Cyrillic, if I'm not mistaken, do not decide to go on the same target. But yeah, this top lane, weirdly, this Terrorblade Treant Protector lane is kind of effective, and 4-3 is actually walking forward. And he's going to use the Spirit Siphon on a creep.
This is a very, very dead Death Prophet here.
He actually walked in. I think they're trying to bait the Treant Protector. Is going to
No,
work
no.
with that one tree with a base damage of 97 will get the kill. And Ace and 4-3, I'm not quite sure what the play was, but the co-op has joined this wild goose chase, and it's a pointless chase. Elsewhere, Tsukimoto down bottom, caught in the cogs, might just end up falling. SE running him down with the battery assault, and the Fairy Fire on the Rubik was not enough.
well.
That's the second death on the Rubik, and that's a small stack that's being spotted out. Sanctity is running down bottom. He's got a haste rune. He sees.
Oh, what?
Even, sorry,
What
same
the
way.
hell?
And I thought he saw him, but
Radiant's middle tower is
Apparently not. Well, so the Shadow Fiend does not find the Doom. Is he actually going to go for the TP cancel? He almost gets it. Oh boy. Well, a lot of chat fields being exchanged back and forth, and yeah, this is the little thing that good SF players have started to do towards the mid lane, is that they'll often at level 6 go for a point in the Requiem of Souls, because many a times if you're not going to get help, which Sanctity didn't yesterday, you kind of have your own little tool to disengage and create some distance between you and the people who are ganking you. So does actually enable you to stay alive and continue farming, which is probably the most important thing on this hero. Now, typically you don't see Shadow Fiends go for an...
He has a level difference.
Yeah, he has a level difference now because Valky decided to make a rotation and it did not work out. So Sanctity is now an entire level ahead of the co-op. But, oh, wait, down bottom, Krish actually ends up dying here as the Doom is able to find the kill. SE unable to protect his row range, as I believe that might have been a very, very big creep wave. And, well, the Clockwork is also going to end up following it, seems. It's trying to run away.
Guys, look up top.
Oh, yeah.
Top is fine. Top is fine.
Meta popped again, but this TV doesn't find anything.
SE is still being chased down.
I mean, this could turn. Krish is back in the bottom lane. Tsukimoto is probably going to end up dropping. Oh no, the last Frost Arrow does not connect. So Tsukimoto will survive to tell the tale. Does have a TP, can go back to base, but decides to stick around on 100 HP. The Drow Ranger has level 6. Up top, the Shadow Fiend has rotated, and well, he will find himself a double kill somehow with the help of that Requiem as Sanctity. Oh, he had an Invis rune. That makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, though, the Death Prophet does end up dying here. So, it's not the best of trades, but you'll still take a double kill on Sanctity any day of the week.
Could you switch on net worth?
Sure thing. There you go.
What's interesting is that the co-op isn't doing too well, but the side lanes are actually kind of struggling for the side of QWE. I mean, 4-3 has not gotten off to the best start. And in the bottom lane, okay, your carry dies, but usually your support gets a kill in exchange. But the Clockwork did. The Clockwork ended up dying as well, and Krish died. And these early trades and exchanges are not favoring the side of QWE at all. And it looks as if Team Tough just wants to keep the pressure going. They found Krish. There's no dagger on the quad, so nothing to slow her down.
What?
And that was a bit forced. Some of these rotations from the co-op are definitely seeming a bit forced. And yeah, she's been forced out of lane pretty much. She does not enjoy sitting in the mid lane. Every time she goes, the wave is in a position where the SF is just probably raising her and pushing her out of lane. And she can only sit in lane for a maximum of a couple of creeps down bottom. SE being bullied, his career is gonna die, but it's gonna be fine for the time being. He's just lost a lot of his HP, and I think the game has reached the stage where Krish simply doesn't feel safe going to the bottom lane.
Yeah. And I like this little change up, now Sanctity is gonna look to get a little active. No Gust on Krish, so no chance that they were gonna kill that Queen of Pain, but yeah, Sanctity has found himself another haste rune in less than 10 minutes. That is a little disgusting, not gonna lie. To have 2 haste runes spawn when you're an SF before the 10-minute mark is just Gaben telling you that you're supposed to win this game. But yeah, Sanctity, a bit of a change up in his build. He will not go for the right-click SF, instead opting to go for the early Blink Dagger. Now, this is something that I've seen other SFs do, and it's something that I've tried myself. The early Blink Dagger on this hero feels so amazing when you've got a Tusk or a Clockwork on your team, because these guys, they stun the enemy just long enough for you to get off a perfect Requiem. So you can always go in if you've got Requiem. Even if you don't have Requiem, you can still pummel your opponent with 3 razors to the face, which do a lot more damage now compared to before. So yeah, Sanctity, he's in a very, very happy spot as this SF. Should be looking to finish his Blink Dagger up in the next minute or so. And as soon as he has that, this Terrorblade, who's had a fairly quiet game after that first blood, apart from that one death, he's going to be in a world of trouble. I mean, he's going for the Manta style first, it seems? Or is he buying a Okay, so he's going to go Yasha into Dragon Lance and then a Skadi. Alright, that seems fair. It's going to allow him to join some favorable fights early on. And, well, I hear haste being popped. That should be a very, very dead Treant up top. As he's going to try to make his way back. And Ace, smart enough to save this snowball for when the SF actually comes, so they have vision of their target. As the Train Protector is going to drop. And that's the Blink Dagger finished up for the Shadow Fiend.
Okay, the couple of minutes, the side of QWE actually had some interesting things work in their favor. Krish got some alone time at mid. Sanctity obviously got the kill on the tree, which we all saw, but they also got the tower up top with the exorcism, and they managed to hold on to that tier 1 tower bottom. By holding on to that tier 1 tower bottom, it was actually SE that rotated. SE managed to get his level 6. So, small little spikes here and there for QWE. They're still holding on to that bottom safe lane tower. Which, you know, for a while, the Doom and the Rubik thought they had it, but they actually do not end up getting that tower. Also, they did have to use their glyph on the side of QWE to protect that tower. So, small advantages across the map, and yeah, Sanctity, it looks like he wants to fight, right? He's smoked with the Tusk. He's going to Tumbler Toy up onto the high ground. SE scouting for information. It looks as if they want to try and bring down this Doom. The hook shot is perfect from SE. The Requiem is there, pushed back by the Clogs, pushed forward by the Requiem. Boom is gonna die. And just like that, with a couple of neat little plays across the map, QWE should probably try and force this tier 1 tower. Obviously, living armor is a bitch.
Yeah.
Will make them really question whether they want to pursue an objective. But yeah, Sanctity making stuff happen on the SF. Getting really involved with that level 1 blink. I mean, not level 1, early blink. And yeah, good stuff coming out from them.
Yep, certainly. I mean, this is the tempo that you want to set in the game, because you really don't want to be in a spot where the enemy team is running at you as a Drow Ranger. That's when you feel you're most vulnerable. When your team is able to run at the enemy team, that's when Drow Ranger is like, alright, you know what, I can join my team in these fights. I'm kind of okay with this happening across the map, and the Drow feels comfortable to do whatever the hell she thinks she needs to do at any point in the game. So, you know, this is the ideal game so far for QWE. I mean, sure, they lose their bottom tier 1, but it doesn't really matter all that much, because you've already got yourself the bottom, well, the top tier 1. You're gonna have to hold on to that thought, because it looks like the Train Protector did walk into the high ground here, and well, looks like they aren't done yet. Tsukimoto is gonna try to turn it around with the snowball himself, but he's gonna end up dropping. Well, that's gonna be the death of the Rubik, as Team Tough, they lose both their supports over here for no reason, and Sanctity continues to push on ahead on the Shadow Fiend. Working now on that BKB. As soon as he has that, the only way his ult is gonna be stopped is by the Train Protector or the Doom. So, yeah, the Doom and the Train are gonna have their work cut out for them this game. It's not gonna be easy, but yeah, with a couple of rotations on the squad, they could really make this work. The issue is that they really haven't found an opening so far. The squad has just been farming away, looking to finish up Hakaya, and while she does have that, the Sonic Wave has been unused since the start of the game.
That's the difference in the supports that Team Tough are running and QWE are running. I was just thinking about it. That Snowball is such idiot-proof initiation, because 9 times out of 10 you can, it is great. I mean, this is good initiation as well. SE is going to go in, but the Requiem is going to be stopped. Quick fingers coming out from the Rubik with a quick lift, a telekinesis, and a toss back on the SF, thereby cancelling the Requiem. He's also stolen hookshot.
Oh yeah.
So now there are 2 hookers on the server, and yeah, maybe this is the best shot that Team Tough have of initiating and forcing a fight right now. They have hookshot on Rubik. He's going to go in and die, but hopefully if you can follow up with something meaningful, it would be nice. But yeah, I'm just looking at how Team Tough are itemizing. They are not too bothered by the early game initiation. Ace is going to go to the snowball. The punch is there, and Sanctity is going to join.
Okay.
There's a quick flip spree, but there's no real follow-up. Ace is still alive and healthy. The Doom committed on the Dead Prophet, and she is belting to the Metamorphosis. The Overgrowth committed. The Dead Prophet is also joined by the Tusk in death. The Requiem is nice. It's just going to zone them out and ensure that Krish survives, but I don't think SE will. I mean, while
Oh no!
and SE whiffs on the hook, quite connected on his own teammate or on the neutral creeps. And yeah, it's going to end up dying. So they get a Rubik, they lose both their supports and the Dead Prophet. It was definitely Trill doing a lot of damage on the Terrorblade with the Metamorphosis. And that's Sanctity with his Requiem on cooldown, and it's them losing their mid tier 1 tower. No follow-up kills for them. I mean, they instant TP and refill the Shadow Fiend and his bottle, but they don't find anything for all their troubles.
And this is sort of the issue that now Team Tough are going to run into. The thing is, QWE, they can instantly smoke up. They aren't really limited as much by cooldowns as the side of Team Tough are. No Metamorphosis, no Doom, no Sonic Wave, no Overgrowth means you are approximately 50% weaker than you are with those ultimates up. So it's a very good opportunity for the side of QWE to just waddle on into the jungle, which they will do because they see Tsukimoto on a ward and top lane.
If there was an Overgrowth, he was done for, but Doom's got a blink. And he's going to try and... He actually pushed himself away with that tornado. Now 4-3 is comfortably going in. The Doom is on cooldown. The shards are perfect as always from Ace. They found the Doom. They'll control him with a punch. He's going to die while the Tree Protector is going to sit in the trees and watch. As there's not much he can do. They don't have the Overgrowth, but if he had his Overgrowth earlier, maybe him and the Doom could have killed Krish. But then again, Krish was nearest tier 1 tower.
Oh, Valky.
He used his invis, but SE with the lockdown, the hook shot coming in from the other side of the river, and the snowball coming in from the other side of the river. Enough lockdown to bring down the Quap. That's a reasonable amount of EXP as well, being split amongst all those heroes. And up top, Krish once again just pushes out the top lane. The Dream Protector did have his Overgrowth, but didn't feel like it was worth committing it because Krish just TP's out of his face. And yeah, again, Floki, we've seen a couple of QWE games. More often than not, they have an advantage.
Oh no! Goodbye, Terrorblade.
I think they should have the Terrorblade Sanctity. Swift with the Blink and the Requiem. And yeah, Trill trying to farm the enemy safe lane jungle. I don't think he's aware of the fact that there is an observer ward on that cliff. But yeah, look at the vision coming out from QWE. It is really phenomenal vision. They see all of Team Tough. They've got so many observers, and you can see that Team Tough, they've invested in sentries, and bit by bit they're starting to deward some of these wards. But there's still an observer which is looking straight at Valky right now.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, the sentries haven't made their way just yet to the Dream Protector.
Well, instantly smoke up. This could be a costly smoke though. I mean, it is a bit of a timing fight. They're hoping that the TB is unable to join for this engagement, and they would be right because the TB just TP'd mid. So let's see if they're able to find anyone here. The lack of a dust is gonna be QWE's downfall as well. There is a hook shot available. They still might be able to find the Queen of Pain. The silence comes through. That's a very, very dead Quap. But the Terrorblade, he's got the invitation, he's got the memo, and he's here to party as he's gonna find the Clockwork. Gets taken down, Death Prophet doomed up, Exorcism still flying out though, so the damage is gonna be there from this Death Prophet. But I'm unsure if they're gonna find much more here. Team Tough, well, it looks like they might have bitten off a bit more than they can chew. The Dream Protector still tanking some damage from the Ghost. He's gonna try to de-ward. Oh, Sanctity tried to go for the razors. Krish with the multi-shot, but they're unable to find the trait, and that's Metamorphosis popped, Doom used, and the side of Team Tough get absolutely nothing out of that. I mean, sure, you blow an Exorcism, you blow a hook shot, you're gonna punch somewhere, it's gonna be on to Tsukimoto, and Tsukimoto is gonna end up dropping. Ace will also drop in turn though towards the Terrorblade, so yeah, an even exchange, but I'm not too sure if that was worth it. Seems like QWE had already won that fight, but regardless, I guess another kill on the Shadow Fiend is always welcome. Oh, well, speaking of another kill, oh no, Sanctity, he popped the BKB for that. Cogs weren't exactly on point coming in from SE. Slight miscommunication there, and that's going to be a BKB on cooldown for the next 80 seconds. Unfortunately, the meta is also on cooldown, and so is the Doom, so no real window of opportunity here for the side of Team Tough. Well,
yeah, and I think QWE see opportunity, Floki, because they moved straight into the Rosh pit with the tag team, with the SF. They will rather swiftly take down Roshan. They've got Drow and Shadow Fiend, and this should be an Aegis that I would prefer to see in Sanctity's hands, but yeah, I think it's going to go over to the Drow Ranger.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to enable the Drow to join fights, so it's a fair Aegis. Without that, the Drow just does not feel comfortable showing up.
Yep. And yeah, good start here for QWE. Let's see if they can make of it. I'm getting a small phone call, Floki. I'm gonna come back in a bit. I'm gonna mute myself on Discord.
Okay,
BRB.
no problem. But yeah, Arcane Rune picked up by the Queen of Pain now. Could be a good opportunity to make a play if an opportunity does present itself. But QWE, very, very good at playing the map. They've just been out of dire vision for the longest time. They almost never see them. And that is, you know, a lot of credit towards SC because he has been on point with his wards and his D-wards on this clockwork, just denying the enemy team any map control and any vision whatsoever. Although, looks like the side of Team Tough will smoke and venture out into the jungle of Team QWE. Sanctity, though, has left absolutely nothing for them here, as he's going to make his way towards the triangle where he's going to be a lot safer. Team Tough, though, not too keen on giving up. They still have a fair bit remaining on that smoke before it times out. Oh, Sanctity, he's waddling in. He does have the BKB, but he cannot pop it in time because the Doom is going to go in there, and he's going to be able to get that Doom off. And that's an SF dying. Top lane, Krish, he wanted to try and take down this tower, but now he's going to be left to his own devices. His team sitting behind him, no Doom available. There is an Overgrowth though, as well as a Metamorphosis. We'll see if Trill wants to join this fight. Does have the Eye of Skadi on the Terrorblade, so could be the fight that they're looking for. But at first, you need to wait for the Team Tough supports to set up over here. The Drow eats the Overgrowth, eats the Infernal Blade. The Tusk actually ends up eating the Centaur Stomp, so he's not able to get the initiation that he needs, and that is going to be Ace falling over here. And Krish will also end up joining the fray as well. Looks like Team QWE, they overextend a bit. There wasn't enough mana on 4-3 for the Exorcism, and he didn't feel comfortable going in without a Shadow Fiend. And Team QWE, they just give up 2 free kills over to the side of Team Tough. Trill gonna be very, very happy with the fact that he found the Drow Ranger, because the Drow is essentially what's gonna be killing the TB this game. I mean, sure, the SF is also gonna be a problem, but once the BKB is finished up, which Trill has queued up, I mean, that's gonna be a thing of the past, unless he somehow gets hook-shotted, so... yeah, Trill looking really, really good on his Terrorblade at the moment. Krish, not so much. Level 15 on the Drow Ranger. Would have very much preferred to live and maybe even win that fight there, but extended his stay a bit too long, and well, that's going to be Team Tough taking the lead. Down towards bottom. Seimei trying to TP out. Ace a little bit off the mark with the shots, and Tsukimoto, well, he's still in the multi-shot. He's going to try to get out Sanctity, trying to get some vision. He sees Tsukimoto, and well, he's just going to TP out. The cards are not there, neither is the hook shot. As Tsukimoto makes it out by the skin of his teeth. Well, that's the BKB finished up on Quab, while all that was going on down bottom. Instant smoke up by QWE, but the Doom coming back off cooldown in 15 seconds. If they do not find the right target to go on, this fight could turn very, very quickly. And it looks like the smoke has broken. The Observer Ward spots out this rotation, so QWE can no longer really engage in this fight. Meta still on cooldown for 40 seconds though, and looks like Ace will go when he's trying to find Tsukimoto. Train going in with the Ogre, but he's gonna get silenced. The Doom comes through, but it's out of the Death Prophet, who's already pressed their Exorcism. And yes, sure, he's gonna fall, but it's time for Team Tough to run. Or is it? They've managed to find themselves a Death Prophet, Krish. Well, the Manta style is going to keep him alive for now as Squab blinks forward. Krish looking towards Valkyrie to try and take him down. Seimei manages to find another kill. Sanctity forced to TP out. He does not have the Requiem available, and Krish has been left to his own devices. He's going to end up dropping over here on the Drow Ranger as Team Tough punish the side of Team QWE for taking a fight under the vision of this Observer Ward that the Train Protector managed to get off. And that's going to be a very successful fight for Team Tough. And Team QWE, again, not finding the right targets to go on. They killed the Train Protector. I believe they killed Rubik once. Was that a buyback on him? I don't think so. Never mind, they didn't even get the Rubik. So, yeah, a bit of a botched initiation from Ace, and that just leads to a very, very rough fight for the side of Team QWE. SF, not that far away from his Arcane Blink, though. So, Team QWE, they've still got... a bit of gasoline remaining in the tank. When that Arcane Blink comes out, these fights are gonna look a fair bit more cleaner. And if the SF is able to hit level 20 somehow in the next 4-5 minutes, then Yeah, I mean, that 0.3 second Requiem Fear per line talent enables you to disable people for a full 5-second duration with the Arcane Blink. It's quite nasty stuff from the Shadow Fiend, but I doubt he's gonna get there. He's gonna need solo experience on this stack to even have a chance of hitting level 20. Well, for now, Team Tough, they've managed to slow the pace of the game down quite reasonably, and they are in a good spot. Let's just quickly hover over the buyback status and see who has what. Tusk! Ah, no, Ace. He got a bit greedy towards the mid-wave. As well, the old adage goes, don't cross the river fag. As the river fag, well, it is what separates the men from the boys. You cross that river, you do it at your own peril, and Ace is gonna learn that lesson very, very quickly. This is one poor fucking treant. Holy shit.
But Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
He's got a magic stick and tranquil boots and nothing else. Is there anything on his courier at all? I'm gonna have to check. No, this is the Rubik's courier. Where is the treant's courier? Here it is. He's got nothing. How does he even have 4k net worth? This makes no sense. How does he have 4k net worth? His items cumulatively even do not have that much gold. This is a 900 gold item. This is 200. And he's got 1600 gold saved up. How the fuck is he 4.2k net worth? Is it the wards? Could be the wards. Well, regardless, Strain 500 gold away from his blink. If he survives another fight, he will have it. And that's when things start getting a little bit awkward for QWE, because Sanctity is not going to be as comfortable getting his Requiem off. The Treant is going to have fast fingers though, because it can be a little bit hard to get the kill. Seimei, his courier is going to go down, but I don't think he had anything on it, so he's going to be fine. As the side of Team Tough, they've reclaimed map control rather well. QWE, the onus is now on them to reclaim their lost jungle, so yep. Team Tough in a very, very good spot. Trill finishing up his Daedalus, just looking to get some more damage as Team Tough. It does seem like they could potentially have some damage issues. Queen of Pain, while she does have decent damage, is quite reliant on the Sonic Wave and items. And as of now, she doesn't have a lot of items. She does have the BKB and the Sanj Kaya, essential items, sure, but nothing that's gonna enable her to extend her duration or to help her stay in the fight longer. That regen rune, which could have provided her that little respite, is gonna get popped automatically, as it does after 90 seconds, so not even gonna have that. But regardless, Team Tough are still in a very good spot. Tsukimoto has picked up the 4-staff and the Aether Lens, so he's quite mobile on the Rubik. You've also got Trill finishing up his Daedalus soon enough. The Train Protector very, very close to his Blink Dagger. While Team QWE, I mean, they're just scared. They haven't even taken down this Observer Ward, and, well, that is problematic. I believe the Dire saw that? No, the Dire actually did not see that, so, well, this could be the most important fight of the game. They do see Terrorblade with the Rocket Flare, but towards the mid lane, they managed to find Krish. He does not have the Lincoln Sphere. He's gonna get taken down instantly. The Sonic Wave comes through, and Ace is also gonna join the fray as the tip comes through, and that's a dead Drow Ranger and Tusk down for the count. 40 seconds, no buyback, and Roshan's up. Well, it's not up yet. It's actually gonna be up very, very soon. So my apologies.
SE's gonna go back in.
Oh wait, this could be big. They're gonna find the Terrorblade in turn, and well, a 1-for-1 exchange on the carries as Krish motivates his teammates, just puts out a well played in there, as that was needed.
Indeed. It looks as if in the short 5 minutes where I get a work call and somebody's asking me to give them some documents that this game has turned. It looks as if QWE are on the back foot, and they are, dare I say, on the verge of getting knocked out. They are fighting, and Krish has got a good amount of damage. I think he's got the shard, he's got the Manta style, which is going to help him versus I don't know what, but he's got the Manta style, and yeah, they're actually trying to initiate him post a fight, but I think the co-op is fine. There's a 4-staff and an Ogre Seal Totem, another fancy word for 4-staff. Both those items allowing them to disengage, and now the Rubik forced to go in with the Stolen Snowball is probably going to die. There comes Krish with the multi-shot to secure the kill. But
Oh
yeah,
no. This is gonna be
What?
some rough timing. Roshan's about to spawn in 5 seconds. Well, oh, they're gonna walk out right before Rosh spawns, but SE is gonna walk in and he's gonna see it. And there it is. Well, buyback coming through from Tsukimoto as he realizes that he cannot give up this Roshan. It's gonna be Aegis in the Ag Shard. Two very key items. BKB and Doom both available onto Seimei, who also has an Arcane Rune at the ready. This could get really rough. He blinks in. He's gonna find C to start things off. No Requiem yet available on the SF, and that means the Clockwork's gonna drop. Buyback is available though, so he's gonna be A-okay for now as the Doom jumps in on an illusion. And Trill, he just wants to walk straight into the Rosh Pit and get the Aegis. Well,
yeah.
buyback
Dead
coming
Prophet-
through, smoke
the
as
Dead
well.
Prophet Kuryu was AFK. And yeah, like you said, buyback coming out from the Clockwork, they are running straight into the pit. This is where QWE have an advantage with the Clockwork. They're gonna have constant updates on the Rosh Pit, and both these teams are gonna awkwardly dance around each other. Ace is gonna go in, they find the tree and protect it. Now he's dead without buyback. I think that the Overgrowth is a really low-key, very important spell for them, and now they just don't have it.
Yeah.
If Team Tough are snoozing with the tag team, with the Drow, with the SF, this Roshan can fall rather swiftly, and they're going to be forced to fight without the Treant Protector. Look at the Doom, it's his initiation that really matters. He's going to jump the Tusk, he'll control him with the Centaur Conqueror. Hoof Stomp, that's the Tusk dead. BKB committed on the Dead Prophet, but she's been doomed up. She eats the Sonic Wave as well. That's a whole lot of pure damage, as well as a Skadi from the Terrorblade. She's dead, no buyback. Ace buys back Sanctity, but the Requiem will take care of the Doom, but Trill is still there with the Metamorphosis. Valky's going to blink back in, punched up in the air. He's controlled the SF dead, melts in the matter of moments.
Oh, wait, what?
Ultra kill, but Krish is punching back. He's brought down the Terrorblade. 71 seconds without him. He's got buyback if he needs it, but he doesn't have the Metamorphosis. The lift is there, coming out from the Rubik, and the stolen multi-shot only adds salt to the wounds as Team Tough, they've killed these cores. They've forced a buyback on Sanctity, and they've gotten control of the Rosh Pit, but without Terrorblade, I don't think they're going to be able to walk into the Rosh Pit and start Roshan just yet. So Floki, the
Yep.
fight that we just witnessed, we're probably going to witness another fight really soon because no one can go into the Rosh Pit just yet. At least Team Tough can't.
Oh yeah. I mean, Team Tough are not in a very good spot at the moment. They've already popped the Metamorphosis. They did have an Arcane Rune on the Doom though when he went in, so they will have the BKB and the Doom both at the ready. There's also an Octarine Core available. But the issue is the Doom bought back, so if he dies now at the start without getting any of his spells off, he could be in a world of trouble. The Treant though does have the Overgrowth to protect him in case that does happen, but yeah, this is not going to be an easy fight for the side of QWE. The Death Prophet, while she was tanky in the previous fight, there's no way you end up surviving a Sonic Wave as well as a Doom to your face. Even though you are a hero that has built all these defensive items, it's nowhere near enough to survive all that much burst.
Yep. And what is the Dead Prophet? Okay, so the Dead Prophet wants to go for a Lotus Orb, which is what I was thinking we need more of. And yeah, I think someone should build a Lincoln Sphere just to make the Doom's life a little bit more miserable. Cast them
Oh,
over.
look at this. Team
Ace,
Tough, they're just one pace slower from the side of Team Tough, but a scan comes through from the Dire. They're aware that something is going on. Ace, can he actually find the right target? No, the Doom gets 4-staffed out, so he's gonna be okay.
Valky blinks in.
That is a little weird, but yeah, nothing's gonna come off it. Leave they
And
just...
now it looks as if Team Tough, they're the ones who have smoked in. They can't go inside the Rosh Pit for sure. They need to definitely win a fight before moving towards the Rosh Pit. It's just too irritating with all the vision coming out from the Clockwork and the multi-shot and whatnot. Ace on the low ground might just end up dying. The telekinesis is there. The Doom committed. This time the Doom with an Ag Scepter will ensure that the Dead Prophet dies swiftly, and Krish uses his Hurricane Pike. He's praying to the gods that somebody saves him, but there's no god. There's no one to save him at all as he ends up falling. Tsukimoto, sure, he's got in the cogs.
Okay.
SE there with the cogs, sets up for the Requiem, but look at Sanctity. He's had enough of this. He's actually TPing out. He uses his Requiem. They get the kill on the Rubik, but at what cost, Floki? They've lost both the Dead Prophet and the Drow, and they've most certainly lost Roshan with this. Team Tough, no easy opponents to push over.
Yeah, this is definitely rough for the side of Team QWE. They blew their entire load trying to win that last fight, and they only get a Rubik out of it. This is Aegis going the way of Team Tough. No buyback committed from the side of Team Tough in this last fight, mind you, and yeah,
Aegis die again, going for an Aegis team.
I think he did. He just died. He got spotted out before he could even get close to the pit. He does find Tsukimoto though, so it's oh, well, no, actually, Tsukimoto died in the previous fight. What am I saying? But yeah, I mean that's things are starting to go from bad to worse with the side of Team QWE. It's gonna come down to the high ground defense, which isn't all that bad. They've got a Death Prophet, they've got Clockwork and Tusk, heroes that are phenomenal at protecting high ground, but I'm not too sure if that is going to be enough because there's no buybacks available on QWE. None at all.
You know what high ground is going to look like, right? It's going to be Terrorblade with Metamorphosis, hitting away at the towers, and then you're kind of forced to commit. In fact, Team Tough, they do not even want to go high ground just yet. They're happy just farming and taking the map. Kudos to Drill. He's done a phenomenal job on this Terrorblade. He's kept his farm going. You know that you're doing rather well as a carry when 37 minutes in, you're forced to put one item in your backpack. He is... I mean, if you drop the net worth charts and not the buyback charts, because nobody has any buyback, the Terrorblade is sitting straight at the top. There's a marked difference between him and the Drow. And yeah, Team Tough, they're in complete control of the game. This is really their game to throw. And this is the game where QWE need to find pickoffs here and there and drag this game long enough for them to contest the second Aegis and the second Roshan. If Team Tough allow them, though, that is.
Yeah. And well, this Doom is going to be the hero to look out for in these fights. He's been on point with his initiation. The Centaur Conqueror War Stomp along with the Infernal Blade is nearly more than 3 seconds of stun actually.
Yep.
It's 2 plus 1.2, which is 3 seconds of stun. That's kind of insane on a Doom.
It is, and he's got the Octree.
Yeah.
So, purely reduced cooldowns. He's got the Shard as well.
I mean,
I think
that's
yesterday
actually...
you were harping on
Yeah.
Infernal Blade, Shard, and the Octree.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this, right? 3 second cooldown on a spell that stuns for 1.8 seconds. So you start with this, then you pop the War Storm, and then again, before the stun even ends, you've got the Infernal Blade back up. So it's actually 1.2 plus 2 plus another 1.2. It's 4.5 seconds of stun if you do it correctly. I mean, that's more than enough to burst down any hero.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this Doom hero seems kind of busted.
Actually, yeah, this Doom hero is busted at this stage of the game. If you're walking around with Arcane Boots and Midas and you do not have a Blink or BKB, any of these items, then yeah, of course, you're quite useless. But which we did see. We did see a Doom much like that in the previous game. But this time around, Doom, he's just jumping on top of a target. And I mean, it's him plus the Terrorblade or the Quap, and in a matter of 4-5 seconds, 6 seconds, that target is dead. It is a game where, you know, you start saying ridiculous things like, hey Tusk, we need your axe center.
Yeah.
The game is turning into that.
He heard you.
Yeah, where you need ridiculous things to win the game if you're Team QWE. Just look at them, they're all bunched up towards their tier 3s, which is where they should be. Because they're going to respect the fact that if any one of them just pushes out of a side lane, there's probably a tree in there, an Invis with an Overgrowth, and then a Doom, and yeah. I think Doom plus any support can kill nearly anyone on the side of QWE.
Oh yeah.
While the reverse could be said to a certain extent, but it's not that straightforward. For it's Sanctity plus someone, maybe Ace, and then even Sanctity, because he's gone all in on the magic damage, he's not going to be able to kill a Doom.
Well, he does have the Refresher Orb now, so that's quite something. I mean, 1 Requiem is pretty decent with the Arcane Blink and the level 20 talent. 2 Requiems, that could be massive. I mean, Team Tough, they need to make sure that the Doom does not fall early on, because if the Doom dies, that is Doom down for the count with no buyback. I mean, he does get it in a bit, but it doesn't seem like he's farmed the gold for it. And Team Trill, there's only 20 seconds remaining on the Aegis.
If you were the SF, who would you go on with?
Doom, 100%. I'm killing the Doom. I don't even care about the TB yet anymore. I mean, it's not my job to deal with that hero.
But you're not going to see the Doom on the front line. He's going to BKB and jump a target. So you got to wait for his BKB.
Yeah, I mean, this is where the coordination between SE, Ace, and Sanctity comes into the play, because as Sanctity, you want to be saying that, look, I really want to find this Doom. You need to give me some vision. You guys you keep throwing out those rockets and those shots, and as soon as we catch a glimpse of him, I want you to just go in, not afraid at all, to try and take him down. I mean, you sure that is a Treant Protector, but at this point, I don't see you winning the game if you're worried about overgrowth. I mean, that's just not gonna happen. There is a BKB available on him, so as long as the Rubik is not around in the vicinity, that overgrowth can still be purged, and the Arcane Blink makes it so that you only spend 0.8 seconds casting the ult. So it's not going to be all that bad for the SF, because then he can get the ult off quickly enough in the stuns that the Tusk and the Clockwork provide. But again, you know, it's a whole lot of ifs. I mean, it's not going to be easy at all for the side of QWE. It's going to take some real grit and determination to come back into this one. I wouldn't even mind seeing a buyback play, you know, from Sanctity, something along those lines, where he goes like, guys, you know what, just let me farm my buyback. I'll go in the first time around, I'll try and get a Requiem off, just take whatever you can get for free and get out, and then I'll buy back, and then we can go and win a fight. I mean, I don't see them winning this fight in one go. They need to be able to disengage and re-engage without the ultimates and metamorphosis on Team Tough.
Yep. Also, all the time of Team Tough just being indecisive as to what they need to do. I mean, basically just farming the map, which is good. They are getting more from the map than QWE, but all this time Krish has managed to complete his Daedalus. So there is, if you ignore the draw, you take a long fight where you ignore the draw and you focus too much on the Dead Prophet and the SF, then yeah, this draw is going to be doing a lot of damage with her multi-shot and with the shard.
Yeah.
The hypothermia.
There's also the BKB finished up for Moon now, so you know he's just a fresh BKB, a full 9-second duration on it.
BKB.
Yeah, this is.
This next fight is going to be quite something.
Yeah, it definitely is, and you can see Team Tough, they're unsure if they want to go high ground or not. It seems like they're just trying to bait the side of Team QWE into making a bad move. Valky even going so far as to blink in, who's finished up his Shiva's God and his Refresher Orb at the moment, by the way, so the Queen of Pain is also very strong. I heard an Exorcism being popped, but for who? Oh wait, the Terrorblade, he's gonna jump straight in onto Sanctity. Sanctity is gonna drop. He does have buyback at the ready, but Ace is gonna join him in the fray. No, he is not. Try to TP out on the Death Prophet, but the Doom will be there to cancel it out, and that's the Death Prophet down. 75 seconds, no buyback. Sanctity does have it, but he does not have enough souls remaining, and with the meta and Doom down, this is probably the best chance QWE are gonna have of taking an engagement. But Krish, he committed his BKB in the previous fight, so he's not even gonna have it for this one. This is not what Team QWE were looking for. Tsukimoto just takes a casual 600 HP as damage, and well, the Clockwork's gonna go and try and take him down, but no! Tsukimoto survives the sliver of HP, and Sanctity is gonna be forced to buy back as well, and so does Ace. And that's 2 buybacks forced out as Team Tough disengages, and they don't lose a single hero on their team.
I'm not quite sure why they bought back. I feel like that buyback, those buybacks weren't really necessary. It was, I mean, what are you buying back for? The Clockwork going in with hookshot? Are you really expecting to buy back and follow up on that?
Yeah, I mean, that's
Those buybacks don't
questionable. They're very questionable buybacks for sure, but it's not like the side of QWE have any choice anymore. I mean, you can see what Krish is thinking. He's queued up the rapier.
Yeah, that is playing to win. But I don't know why they bought back. Anyways, now they're going to be forced to
Hold high
contest
ground?
Roshan.
Contest
Contest
Roshan.
Roshan. That's it. I mean, that's the next objective.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that's what you're hoping for, right? That you probably win at Roshan, or you just hope that Krish keeps farming and you sit in the high ground, and then you make that one play on your high ground where you hopefully win the fight. Now, the previous fight that took place in the triangle was a bit awkward. I don't know, for a long time it looked as if QWE didn't want to fight. They were just happy being in their base, getting whatever farm they could, and they were just holding or playing for the high ground, but instead they moved into the triangle. And Ace tries to start a really weird fight. And yeah, it kind of backfired. It also feels like the time has come where the supports need to throw their body a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am okay with Ace dying first, but
He needs to set something up for his Shadow Fiend. I
he,
mean,
he needs to. Or if you're not finding those kind of scenarios, you really have to play to save the SF or a core that gets caught upon by Doom.
yeah.
Neither outcome is happening, and it's a bit problematic for Ace, right? Because it's a Doom with an Acceptor, so he's blinking in. There's AoE Doom. It's not like you can blink in Snowball and save that hero. I mean, you have to actually snowball on a target past the Doom and take your fellow ally deeper into the enemy formation. So
Yep.
these fights are tricky for the Tusk. I mean, Ace has been phenomenal, but this game is just going to ask more of him as time progresses. He's making progress towards his Acceptor. He's got 2 out of the 4 components, but still a way to go before he completes it. And yeah, how long for... Okay, Krish has got the Divine Rapier.
Yeah, he's got the rapier for now. So, I mean, the QWE, they're just ready for the next Aegis fight. They're like, bring it on, guys. You know, we're gonna have to give up the Aegis.
You run, you smoke right now. Right now, there's a Terrorblade Illusion in the mid lane. They're waiting with that. Take the fight. Just fuck it. Go fight.
I mean, everyone has buyback on Team Tough, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I mean, sure, you still win a fight. Like that one
Yep.
fight that you win on your terms is a lot more than. I mean, sure, everybody can buy back and eventually they'll come, but now it's too late. Now they have inches. And now again, the question that QWE have to grapple with is: do we just sit in base? We
Yep.
haven't released our rapier, or do we go out and fight on our terms? Because now the Terrorblade has an Acceptor complete, so he's going to have the fear with his metamorphosis. So, I mean, there's a lot of AoE issues that QWE, sure, they have BKBs, but it's still a bit problematic for them
Yep.
to deal with that, the overgrowth, the doom, the sonic wave, just like 100 things of huge AoE are being tossed in your face. And yeah, the fights are just going to get harder.
I mean, the one thing I've noticed about QWE and the way they've played is that I don't think they play nearly enough around 4-2-3-0. I mean, they picked up this Death Prophet. This Death Prophet had an okay start, but look at all these tier 2s. They're all still full HP, courtesy of the tree, and sure, but you know, you really want to try and make some plays across the map with every exorcism that you have for the first 20 minutes, and I never saw that. I mean, QWE, they were just happy getting whatever scraps they got and never really forced any objective. They were never in position. The Death Prophet, she's dead.
Yep.
Buyback is there though. That's the first Doom used. Oh wait, Sanctity?
Yeah, he's found Terrorblade. That's the metamorphosis gone, if I'm not mistaken. Hook shot onto the backlines. They found the Rubik. He's been feared as well. Pushed back by the
Krish!
Mood with the Divine Repair is taking care of Trill. The Rubik next on the menu will fall as well. And so what if they have buybacks? Krish has got Sanctity by his side, and this was just perfect. What's a bit hilarious is that the Dead Prophet had no role to play in the fight other than die. And if that's what the Dead Prophet needs to do, die and force BKBs and do, I'm completely okay for QWE to take fights in that manner. If the Dead Prophet just needs to blink it like a dum-dum and force spells on her, she is playing her part.
Yep. I mean, this is 100% not the type of game where the Death Prophet can survive long enough, because the Terrorblade is just gonna pump out way too much damage. You can buy an Aeon Disc and try to survive, but you know, somebody has to bite the dust on your team. An Aeon Disc would be really nice though. I think eventually if the Death Prophet is able to get her hands on one, then she is going to be able to have some impact in the fights, apart from just being the one that's supposed to go in and die and enable Krish to output tons and tons of damage. Krish is looking to finish up his Swift Blink, and as soon as he has that, I think that's when it's going to be go time for the side of QWE. That's when they feel more comfortable taking these fights. I mean, even though Aegis, has gone now, the next Roshan is going to be very important, because that is nearly 5 to 6k gold worth of items being dropped by him. You know, there's the Axe Refresher Shard, both there's Cheese as well as the Aegis. So yeah, this is, the next Roshan is going to give Team Tough a huge power spike. The Rubik hasn't worked on his Ags. I believe that's on purpose. He's probably going to try...
I think you should stop talking and click on the tree and protect him.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay then. Well, the Stream Protector just got a whole lot deadlier. He has some response to Sanctity not pressing BKB and ulting if that does happen.
Yep.
And
So one thing that's been like happening, or at least happened in the previous fight, is that Team Tough, sure they kill the Dead Prophet, but they kind of committed too much to kill the Dead Prophet.
yeah,
Multiple BKBs, do Sonic Wave, all of that. And okay, if that happens to you, that's fine. But then when Sanctity is coming in with his ult, the Treant Protector has to be that next level of initiation that kind of resets the fight with the overgrowth or stuff like that. That really didn't happen
yeah.
in that fight. He needs to buy that moment of respite for the Terrorblade and the Co-op to reposition. That really didn't happen. Also, the Terrorblade, the Co-op, and the Doom, they were literally, three of them were on top of the Dead Prophet. It was really bad for all of them to be that clumped up and that forward, having committed their BKBs. And Sanctity sees the opportunity of his life, plays his hero to perfection, and wins the fight for the side of QWE. So, I mean, I still want to say Team Tough have an advantage. Sure, the Divine Repair is a bit of a problem, but they just need to play their fights a little bit better. A little bit more spacing, a little bit more effective usage of all their spells, and yeah, they should be fine.
Certainly, I think Team Tough, they got a bit too eager. They've got enough damage in the Terrorblade alone. You don't really need the co-op with the Sonic Wave to come in and finish off the guy who's been doomed up. You can take a Trill Pill and wait for a better opportunity with the Queen of Pain. Perhaps even use the fact that Sonic Wave moves allies back as a way to disengage. And Valky has picked up an overwhelming blink on his co-op as I believe he's trying to send a message to the enemy team. What that message is, I'm not too sure yet.
I have not seen this itemization in the past.
I have. I mean, I've seen the blink. I haven't seen the overwhelming blink.
I have made the blink, but I've not seen it in competitive Dota. This is very interesting usage of gold.
Yep.
But okay, if it works, it works.
Yep.
How much is an overwhelming blink versus a level 5 Dagon? Would you get level 3 Dagon for the cost of the overwhelming blink?
Level 3, yes, you would. Actually,
Yeah.
it's a little. It's 1,000 gold cheaper. You could even get a level 4 Dagon for the cost of an overwhelming blink.
I think the level 4 Dagon is underrated. I mean, burst damage is kind of useful. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so Valky has done this calculation in his head. And, it's like a man playing 5 moves in his head before he walks up to a girl he doesn't know before, and he's done this math with his BKB, with his refresher, with his Ag Shard, with his overwhelming blink, with his blink. So he's gonna move in a very specific manner in the next fight, and
Yep.
yeah, he's done some math as to how much damage he can output. Let's see if it works. For now, though, Team Tough, they are. I mean, Trill is just AFK in the Rosh pit.
Oh no! Oh, that's unfortunate.
The talent.
Yeah, he went for the wrong talent on the Shadow Fiend. He went for the Shadow Ray Supplies attack damage talent. That's a bit rough.
Which is a bit weird when you don't have attack damage.
Yeah, it's also a bit weird when you don't have the shard. I mean, that, to be honest, is... I mean, it's alright. I mean, you still get a bit more damage on the Razor. It's not the end of the world, but...
Buy the shard if he wants to.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to buy the shard. He would much rather have the Ags. Ags Refresher ulti is insane. Absolutely bonkers. This hero can solo stun a hero for 14 seconds with the Ags Refresher. 14 seconds! That's more than 3 black holes.
Wow. I never thought of that.
Yeah, it's actually kind of stupid how
Easier to
busted
hit
this
than
hero
three black
is.
holes.
Sorry?
It's also easier to hit than 3 black holes.
No, it's actually easier to hit the Requiem because you don't have to be positioned.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Oh.
easier to hit than 3 black holes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Also, Ace has got his Ags. So expect somebody to get kicked in the gonads, way out of position. Whoever walks up.
Yeah, in the wise words of saying, I punch a you, I kick a him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were making fun of Asians or if Sing Sing was and you were.
Sing Sing was, I was imitating him.
Fair enough. I mean,
Yeah.
we're all injured.
Yeah. Deep down inside, you are what you believe. Woof woof, I'm a dog.
Okay.
Alright, Queen of Pain, Drow Ranger is not that far off from a Swift Link, but actually, you know what? It's gonna be a while before he finds a Swift Link plus buyback. He still needs another 3,000 gold.
I'm okay. Like, sure, the attack speed after using Swift Link is nice, but it's like I don't feel like the Drow is really missing too much. I mean, she's got 3 items which help her live, 3 items which do damage. Oh, okay, there you go. Walrus kick. He punch her, he kick her,
Oh.
and the field die her.
Oh,
Very swift her.
I missed that. I was busy scouting out this observer board at the side of QWE
Immediately go to
base.
smoke and look for a fight. Team Tough better not be caught napping because QWE are running straight at you, and I think Team Tough knows this. They spotted the smoke, did they? I don't know. They're just blinking backwards in panic. Now the Dream Protector is dead. Valky's Shiva's guard has popped off. SE, can he find the hook? Can he find the hook, please? No, he can't. In fact, Team Tough have moved straight towards Roshan, but Rosh hasn't respawned, and both teams will just farm. And you know, this is gonna be that. This is that classic game where courier sniping is important, where holding on to buyback is important. Right now, everybody on the server has buyback.
Well,
That's the dead profit.
yeah, Sanctuary did buy the shard now, so he will be applying fear on his razors, so that's nice. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure if he's gonna get the opportunity to do this because Team Tough, they've moved into the Rosh pit and Roshan's up. This is Axe, Refresher Shard, Aegis, and Cheese. Smokes are not available. Okay, there is one smoke available on QWE and they will pop it. They're gonna try and make a play off this, but there is a dire observer ward at the ready. Ace will get the D wall and the rocket flare to scout things up in the pit. In the pit, they do see the Terrorblade illusion. Trill standing outside the pit, smoked up.
Look towards the triangle firm. Yep, that's where I mean. Team Tough moved towards the triangle and then they moved back. Both teams are doubting themselves. This is I mean. They understand, right? Their tournament lives on the line.
Yeah.
One of these teams, when they move on to win the DPC division, they will look back on this game and say, hey, this is when we did it.
Yep. Well, Roshan's gonna fall for free. Looks like Team Tough will get the Aegis. QWE gonna do their best to try and delay the push coming in, take out the waves, and that's gonna be the alarm to stay in your base.
That's a Swift Blink snipe, Floki.
Oh,
The
what?
hype that you were hyping up. Yes, exactly. I was watching it, and the courier went to the secret shop. The Daya had an observer ward. Doom immediately jumps on top of the courier. One hit, courier is dead, and they're sniping one more courier. The SF's courier is actually moving through. Yeah, now you got it.
Man, that's rough.
That is rough. It is a bit tricky for anyone from the side of QWE to go buy any items. And now the courier is going to walk under ward, nearly under ward vision, but nobody from the side of Team Tough is going to try and snipe it. In fact, they're moving towards the Tinker ward spot. As they wait for the courier, it flies past them. It's got the courier shield. The courier is home safe.
That's the Ags. Oh yeah.
That's the Ags. That was huge. Was that the Ags? Did he buy the Ags?
Yeah, he bought the Ags. He got the point booster. So I presume he wanted to go for the Ags there. Oh, well, that's going to be the kickback onto the Terrorblade. The Metamorphosis gets popped, and so does the Fear. The wave comes in. Trill is actually very, very low, but he still has the Aegis. Oh no, Krish! He's on top! Looks like Doom is going to be able to close the gap and get on top of him, but he's not able to finish him off. Aeon Disc for the Death Prophet keeping alive. Sanity goes in with the Requiem, but it's onto a BKB Queen of Pain. They will be able to get on top of the Doom, but it doesn't really matter. Sanity is down for the count, no buyback. Trill, he is going to fall. The Rapier comes into play with the crits. And the Doom, well, the Death Prophet is going to survive through that. That's the Aegis taken down here. 2 buybacks committed from the side of QWE as a 64k net worth lead for Team Tough. And Krish, well, his courier is going to be spawning soon with that Eagle Song, so he will have the Swift Blink. So he realizes that he cannot...
But
Yeah.
I think what hurts QWE is that they expended 2 buybacks. Sanctity had to buy back Sanctity's Requiems. At least the first Requiem didn't do as much as he would have liked. And yeah, we're hitting the 60-minute mark. QWE needs to go and get in position to get those big neutral items. I think that those are definitely going to be a game changer. If they can find a couple of pickoffs, they would be a lot more relaxed having expended their buyback on the SF and the Dusk.
Oh yeah. I mean, the Clockwork is gonna do some work scouting out this area. The first item they will find is a pirate hat, which is huge for Krish. That attack speed, it's gonna help him shred through some of these heroes with the rapier. Oh, but look at this, Team Tough. They don't want to let them get the neutral item. Sanctity is going to be kicked back into the Doom. He's got the Requiem though, and Doom might just end up dropping over here. Can he get it? No, he cannot. The Aeon Disc gets assembled in time. That's a dead Shadow Fiend without buyback for 120 seconds. As Trill has popped the Metamorphosis along with the Terror Wave. No, he only popped the Terror Wave. Never mind, he did not pop the Metamorphosis. So
only the Terror Wave, which is really smart.
yeah.
I mean, you do not commit Metamorphosis. You use the Terror Wave, you get Metamorphosis for a couple of seconds. It's good enough. That's all you need. While he has gotten himself the Fallen Sky, a cute item. I like it.
Yeah. He's also got the Ex Machina that I believe he will hand over to the Terrorblade. I'm not too sure what the Terrorblade refreshed with that. Well, regardless, the extra 20 armor that the Terrorblade gets from this is going to be very important because Drow cannot pierce through bonus armor. So that's going to be big.
They are actually really forcing QWE to...
Oh wait, kickback coming through from Ace. This time around it's onto the Rubik, and Tsukimoto will bite the dust, but the Rubik buys back instantly. The Death Prophet on the front lines. Their Aeon Disc has already been procced, and well, that's gonna be the Death Prophet down for 120 seconds. This time around, Trill will pop the Metamorphosis. He's got the Refresher Orb at the ready if he needs a second one too. And he's gonna turn his attention straight towards the bottom racks. Ace looking for another kickback, will be able to find it on top, but Trill will survive with the BKB for the time being, but the Doom goes in with the help of the Doom, and Treat is going to be there with the Ogre, but no, they get on top of Krish. Krish is going to get taken down, and that's the Rapier hitting the deck. Krish is going to buy back and try and survive, but it's only him against the world. He's going to try to pick up the Rapier, but he gets hexed up. Trill blinking forward, trying to prevent Krish from having access to the Rapier, but Krish goes in. He's going to try and prevent them from closing out this game, but he does not succeed. SE will drop the double Gs as Team Tough will take the win and move on in open qualifier number 2. Team QWE are out. Oh boy, a rough one for Team QWE, as again they had the lead early on. They had the tempo in their favor, but a few botched team fights, and that's all it took for Team Tough to stroll back into this game and take the win. Feels rough for Krish, man.
Can we look at the scoreboard and can we look at damage statistics and see if there's anyone we can hold responsible at the court of the who should for this loss? I
mean, I don't think that's the kind of game we should be playing. But yeah, I mean, I do think that this game, it came down a lot to really just the lack of good team play coming in from QWE. Individually, they were all really, really good. They all won their lanes super hard. But winning your lanes does not mean shit if you're not able to capitalize and convert those into objectives. You know, what's the point if there's still tier 2 standing for the side of Team Tough around 45-50 minutes into the game? It's not acceptable. I mean, you had to make more space, you had to get more map control. You need to prevent this Co-op and TB from hitting these ridiculous amounts of items. I mean, you've got Shiva's Guard, Octarine Core, Refresher Orb on the Co-op. This Terrorblade has consumed an Axe, had a Refresher Orb sitting in his backpack, had a BKB, Skadi, you know, everything in the world to work with. It's not the fact that the game got to this point and then someone screwed up. It's the fact that the game got to this point. It's just that. If they had prevented that from happening, I mean, if they had somehow played a faster tempo game, it would have been a lot easier for them to close it out against the side of Team Tough. But Team Tough, they got the space, the Doom was able to farm up, the Co-op also hit level 30, hit a ridiculous number of items, and at that point, I mean, I think when Dota enters the realm of quantum Dota or quantum physics, I think you shouldn't ask yourself, you know, why the hell could we not win from here? The question you should ask yourself is what led to this position in the first place. But such is life. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn.
Just scroll your scoreboard to the right.
Yeah, a little bit more. I just want to see the damage done numbers.
Oh, the damage done numbers are here.
Damage dealt, sir, to the left. To the left. Yes. Does it feel like maybe the Dead Prophet should have done more?
It feels like the team should have played around the Death Prophet more, to be honest, because the Death Prophet had a good start. I mean, it's not like the Death Prophet was feeding relentlessly. Sure, you have a death or two, but that's sometimes the hero. You know, you finish your mech at this point. I really want to see you pop every exorcism that you have available before this point, before the first Roshan of the game, and just take as many towers as you can. Just take them, because you're not going to get the...
Request in chat, stream Open Qualifier 3 if possible. You want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it. It's going to be day after tomorrow, so tomorrow's going to be off, but I don't mind doing Open Qualifier number 3 either. That was the plan all along.
Yeah.
It's just that the first game of each round is probably not worth streaming because they're all extremely one-sided, like the previous game between QWE and Team EV Gaming. So it can get a little boring, but hey, if chat wants it, sure. Open Qualifier number 3, we will do it. Well, that's...
And I just want to close with this one note about this patch, and this is a note that I had about another patch some time back, which is laning isn't important enough.
Yes.
I just feel that like your first 10, 15 minutes of the game, unless you lose really badly, at the higher level of Dota,
matters less.
More or less, yeah, it matters less. And I don't know, the consequences of like being a co-op and really not doing too well in your lane are not that important, because I feel what's more important is your overall draft and how you play those mid-game team fights. That, and whether your draft has some sense as the game progresses. And sure, farming, I'm not saying farming isn't important. Farming is important. You can have a bad lane and still manage to keep farming, which is what the co-op did, which is what... I won't say the Doom had a bad lane. Sure, I think like a couple of times SE did do well, but like heroes that ensure that they farm and they get the right items, and then in the mid-game, mix of your farm, your items, and your draft. I was going to say team composition because I've been watching so much of Valorant, but yeah, your draft, your items, and your farm at 25 minutes around the first or the second Roshan fight is a lot more important than how cool you were in lane and whether you got 10 denies or not.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, look at the stat, right? Even though you're 1k net worth ahead, it doesn't matter. It's all about translating it into objectives. Yeah.
100%. Again, like, the SF did well this game, and sure, the SF is on the losing team, but if Sanctity didn't make the items that he and play the way he played, I think that is a lot more important than him just winning his lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is... Everyone on Team QWE is at least top 100. You know, you've got Ace, who's 131 at the moment. Graze, who's 230. Krish is also in the top 100. He just hasn't played ranked for a while, I believe. It's 102 on the Death Prophet. This guy, Sanctity, is ranked 32 on SEA, so... It's not like they're individually lacking skill. That's not the issue. These guys are very, very good at what they do. But these guys, even though they're slightly lower ranked, perhaps less individually skilled, it's the team play. And at the end of the day, as much as I hate to say it, because I'm a Shadow Fiend player, Dota is a team game. It doesn't matter what you do in lane. It doesn't matter if you get 10 kills before the first 20-25 minutes. If you cannot translate that into Roshan, into tier 2 towers, into map control, into squeezing the fuck out of the map and, making it so that the carry and the mid laner can't farm, none of that matters. What was the point of you struggling so hard to get that advantage in lane? Much like most people who work their entire lives to make money.
Oh yeah, please go on.
And, die at the age of 70 of heart disease, working till you're 60. What was the fucking point? Is this what life is meant for? Working 10-12 hours a day, making a big fat paycheck, to have 2 days off in the week where you can go out and actually think and enjoy life for once and maybe do something different. But yeah, let's not go into that territory.
Wow. I never thought I'd be thinking about life so much while watching an open qualifier, but thank you for.
You're most welcome. But such is life. This was the game between QWE and Team Tough. Didn't end very well for Team QWE. But if there's one thing that I would say to Team QWE, it's this. If you fall down twice, just get back up thrice. That's the only way. I mean, giving up is
Fall
not.
down thrice, remember that there's no fourth open qualifier.
Yeah. I mean, after that, it's going to have to be you waiting for the next
Lost a
tour.
lot.
Roster lock the next tour, and after that next tour is over, this tour is over, is when you can hope to again, have a chance of making it to Division 2.
Okay.
But that's gonna be it from our side today. Any closing words, Vivek?
Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. The people that messaged me on my Facebook page and Twitter asking us to stream, I hope you've been enjoying the broadcast. If there's anything that we do that you do not like, please do let us know. If there's anything that you do like, also do let us know. We are starved of positive reinforcement because there are actually very few positives in our lives that need to be reinforced. So just thank you so much for tuning in, and I had a blast, and Floki and me are a bit out of touch with casting. I am clearly out of touch with the game. But we will persist, and much like QWE, we will see you again in Open Qualifier number 3. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night. See you soon.